Hey, welcome to another Cloud Minute with Core Vault. We're here in this beautiful background of a church because we're talking about this idea of marriage, right? When you think of marriage, Raymond, you think of a church, and what could we be talking about in marriage? What else? Virtualization marries backup. That's right, virtualization marries backup. So let me open it up, Raymond, if you don't mind, with a couple important stats, right? Forrester Consulting came out with a recent stat from 2011 that said basically 5% of the SMBs out there are employing backup with a managed service provider. That's going to expand and grow to up to 38% over the next 2 years. And then if you flip it and look at virtualization, IDC is saying today that 10% of the information out there is running in a virtualized environment, and that too is going to double in the next 3 years or so. So here's the idea, Raymond, is that virtualization's growing, right? That's where information's going. Companies are looking to manage service providers to help protect that information backing up, but the two really got to become one, don't they? I mean, so let's talk about that. What are the options, or let's back up. Why do companies need to even back up a virtual machine?
Well, it's very simple. Data loss still happens. Doesn't matter whether it's in a virtualized environment or whether it's a physical environment. You still incur data loss situations and need files to be restored from time to time.
Okay, so data's critical no matter where you put
Absolutely.
it, basically. All right, but here's what's important. Let's talk about a couple of the key options of really what a company needs to know about when it comes to backing up that information in that virtualized environment. So really, let's talk about this. What's the first one we want to talk about?
Well, I'd like to talk first off about snapshot level backups. This is a very common method in which virtualization providers provide a quick method of backup and recovery. And it's important to realize that snapshot level backups are often done at the storage level. They're often retained on the same storage platform in which the original data is. And so therefore, when it comes to restoration, in the event that you ever had a hardware failure where you lost the entire storage platform, naturally there would be no restoration because that's where the snapshots reside.
And typically providers do that for a limited number of days.
Sure.
Let's call it maybe 7 days will give you a retention period for that snapshot, right?
Right.
So there's some limitations, but that's definitely option number one. And
Sure.
then two, you can go a little bit more granular, right? Maybe with a file level type backup,
Sure.
even in a virtual environment. Talk to us
Sure,
about
you
that.
can go down to a file level backup, traditional backup, such as the backup offered by Core Vault. We can actually do a complete backup down to the file level, giving you the ability to restore your files upon demand as needed. And I think it's important to also realize that our solution is agentless, therefore you have a lot more effective solution overall, a lot less overhead and a lot less to maintain.
Okay, because if you employ a solution that is agent-based, then you're having to deal with an agent with each application within that virtual machine. So it's overhead, it's security risk, it's even cost, right? Because typically you got to pay for that agent.
That's correct.
So just keep in mind when you go virtual, you've got an option of snapshot, which it can maybe work for your company, or if you need some granular backup, file level. Always keep in mind, make sure you at least have that data in 2 different locations regardless, right? Never have it hosted in one. And that is a Cloud Minute with Core Vault today. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.